Hi, this is Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devil Sunday. This is Game Day Live, coming to you live from the Primetime Radio studios inside the bunker in an undisclosed location in beautiful New Jersey. And at the highest point of the Garden State, looking out for you, is Short Sky. I'm your host, Sam Wu. Streaming live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, X Live, and Twitch on the Let's Go Devils Network as the Devils take on the Buffalo Sabres today. Matinee game up in Buffalo. And as what we talked about the other day, Short Sky, there's nothing in Buffalo other than good Buffalo wings.
That and a hatred for NFL referees.
Well, yeah.
That's in big supply up there. But I've actually never been to Buffalo. A good friend of mine lives up there. He moved from Brooklyn to Buffalo because he went to school there. I've heard some nightmare stories about the snow. Aside from maybe going to see Niagara Falls and maybe the Devils take on the Sabres and trying some of the original wings, and obviously visiting my friend, I don't know if there's really another reason for me to ever want to go to Buffalo. But hey, I could be swayed, just like, I could be swayed to go to Buffalo, just like we love super chats here in the chat of Game Day Live. Yeah. We can be swayed. I can be swayed. Just throwing that out there.
We're a bunch of sellouts, I'll tell you. What's up, AJ Visco? What's up, Anthony LaPena? And Tori, if you're watching. Select the boy. Hello, Ted.
Hello to everyone. Good morning.
Yes. Yeah, it should be good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, because you don't know where anybody is. I mean, heck.
No, we're worldwide. Yeah, and that's why. We're worldwide. So we have to always make sure that we're on top of everything around the world as far as saying hello, good morning, afternoon, good night, all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely. And we also have somebody in Norway listening in, usually. We've got Mark from Switzerland.
Yep.
Yep. When he does the super chat, it's was it the Swiss franc? Is that what it's called? Is that
I believe so, I believe so, but I'm also not sure if it's not the euro.
No, Swiss don't do euro because they have Swiss bank accounts. So
that's true.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, if you can open up a Swiss bank account for all the super chats we get, meow, meow. Yeah, that's how we can funnel money to get $4 billion to buy the New Jersey Devils. Okay, we're just warming up right now. A little small talk is what we do here.
Everyone's coming in.
Yeah,
Zach is watching from the good old Jersey, which is where we're located, where most everyone is located. Ted, I see you there. Ted's suggesting a big stage for Thursday, but big stage this time of year is a little tough.
Well, actually, we wouldn't be allowed to do a big stage because somebody won't allow it. Yeah, they won't allow it anyway for now. But we won't get into the conspiracy theories there because, I read the reviews of our podcast. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Go Devils, Facebook at Let's Go Devils Podcast, Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, at Let's Go Devils Pod, 15 characters or less, and on Twitch at Let's Go Devils Podcast. Getting back that, the reviews say that we get off topic, but what people don't understand is we got to warm up because people are filing in.
Yeah.
And we see the numbers. Yeah. They start to increase. So we do a little small talk just so, we don't start conversations without people. Like, why would we do that? Do you think Short Sky and I like to talk to ourselves all day about a whole bunch of nothing? No. We'd rather talk about a whole bunch of nothing with people, So
exactly.
All right. I think we stalled enough.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Devils take on the Sabres today, Sam. The Sabres are under 500. They're 20-26-5. The Devils are going for their 30th win today, which we're hoping they can get at 29-18-6. I'll take that. We have Jake Allen starting in net from what I've seen everywhere so far. And this is a game that the Devils should win, but we've seen the Devils struggle, and I'm tired of saying this, but we've seen the Devils struggle with teams that are below them in the standings and then are not doing so well. We're also seeing our old friend, Lindy Ruff, who you would like to have a beverage with there, Sam.
Yes.
I think the Devils really need to kind of get out of this not playing well against poor teams slump, because today, Sam, today's a great day to get some points, because if you look at last night's scores, we've got the Rangers losing, which we all like to celebrate just because. But we had, unfortunately, the Islanders won, the Penguins won. But here's the two big scores last night, Sam.
What's that?
The Capitals lost in overtime, so they do get a point, but they don't get two. And the Hurricanes lost as well. Those are two big losses last night, which have impact us in the standings. And there's another game other than ours that's going to be an impact on us today too, is we need the Dallas Stars to defeat the BJs as long as we can defeat the Sabres, because watch out, the BJs are sneaking up on us.
Hey,
they're 5 points behind.
Hey, you got to go with the BJs right now, because the BJs, everything that's happened to that organization, they have been through a lot. Their resilience is admirable. And those teams are what I call sleeper teams. It's kind of like drag racing, or like you're on the, you get to a traffic light, you see this nice Lamborghini, and then you see this like pickup truck that's like kind of beat up, but it can go point A to point B. But that pickup truck happens to be a sleeper, that it's got something under the hood, but it doesn't need to show off. And that light turns green, and that pickup truck just blows by the Lambo. That's what I call a sleeper. But I think, in all seriousness, I think the BJs, the Columbus Blue Jackets, it's anyone's wild card right now. It really is.
It is. But continue, sorry.
I'll you got the Philadelphia Flyers. Like, it's anybody's wild card. So you can't take these games lightly. We talk about trap games and all that kind of good stuff. The Buffalo Sabres, they have a chip on their shoulder. And that chip is Lindy Ruff. Don't you think he wants to beat his former team in Buffalo tonight? Mm-hmm. Don't you think the players know, okay, this is Lindy's old team. Yeah, we played them out in the Euro Series. Yeah, whatever. But I think right now, and that may be a media narrative, but you're at the point of the season where you got to get wins now. You got to get wins now. You're at that crossroads. For the Devils, are they going to be on the top of the top, or are they going to be in the middle of the pack? For the Buffalo Sabres, are they going to get back into contention? Into that hunt? You don't know.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Are they a sleeper team? Yes. And is it a feel good story of the season with everything that has happened since the summer? With the BJs, yes. I just don't want the BJs to be creeping up on our New Jersey Devils like they are, being 5 points out. And you're right, it is anyone's wild card spot currently in the league. But if the Devils don't start playing like the Devils can play, I just lost my train of thought. We could be in that wild card spot, and that's not good. I don't want to be in that wild card spot, because then you're playing a top team there, and not for nothing, the wild card. You have 59 points with the BJs, 58 with Tampa, 58 with Boston, and then Detroit with 57. So, you've got two Atlantic Division teams that are also fighting for that wild card spot. The Devils don't start picking this up and playing the way that they can play, and start, keeping pace with the two above us in the Metro. The Devils can be in that wild card spot, and then before you know, we could be on the outside looking in, and it's dire. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Survey's making some comments in the on the YouTube chat. I will get. I promise you, I will get to that in a sec. That I may have to do a Woo report on it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to talk about it right now about the national anthem thing just yet because we want to concentrate on the game ahead. At 1 p.m. Eastern up in Buffalo, the Devils and the Sabres. Now, look, the Devils coming off a 5-0 victory that Shorts Guy predicted.
Yes.
Here on Game Day Live, okay? Shorts Guy predicted, and
I did.
impressive.
How about that?
Hey. I predicted 9-0 Devils.
I know.
Because I pulled that, kind of Price is Right, thing. Like, I'll try to one-up you just a little bit just to get close to the score. But impressive. Impressive was Jake Allen. I thought he was very impressive in the game. You went to the game, right?
I did.
What were your thoughts on Jake Allen? Because, there were some people that thought, I don't think he could do it. I think he's just fine.
Yeah, and Jake Allen has not been the issue as of recent. If we look at the way he's played, if we look at the saves he's made, you look back to the what was it, 2-1 or 3-1 Flyer game at home, the first one that was at home a couple games ago. Jake Allen was not the reason for that loss. Everyone points to the Jake Allen game against the Lightning, which was not a great game, but there are a lot of things that went against him in that game as well. And Jake Allen has played very well, but the team has not showed up for Jake Allen. Now, is Jake Allen going to make the same style and types of saves that Markstrom does? No, they're different types of goaltenders. Jake Allen, I believe, is more of a positional goaltender, where Markstrom is more of a reactionary goaltender, along with being a positional goaltender, which he's very good at. Jake Allen is the reason why we won that game in Montreal. If it wasn't for him in the third period, we would have lost that game. The game would have been out of hand against the Flyers, the first one, if it wasn't for Jake Allen. I know Jake Allen does let in some soft goals, but when the team's not playing well in front of you, those soft goals are magnified. Jake Allen got the shutout on I'm forgetting what, Wednesday? That was last Wednesday, yeah.
Yep.
Jake Allen got the shutout and played very well, and the Devils scored for him, which is huge. It's in the mind of a goaltender. When your team is scoring for you and you're playing well, that's huge. When your team is not scoring and not doing well, but you're playing well, it causes you to tighten up a little bit. I think that was finally the good mix against the Flyers on Wednesday. The Devils need that again tonight, or today. I'm so used to saying tonight. The Devils are doing that again tonight. I think Jake Allen can get us through into the end of this Markstrom injury. I'm still thinking we're going to see a Nico Dawes at some point, potentially this week, because we have Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday.
It's every other day
coming up.
Tuesday,
other day. Thursday, Saturday. So I'm thinking, we may see a Dawes, which is potentially why they sent Poulter down. Who Poulter, by the way, down in the AHL, I think is letting like 3 goals in 5 games or something like that. I wish I would have saved that stat, but he's playing very well. And to see Nico Dawes would not be a surprise over the next couple days. But Jake Allen is not. Jake Allen will be the great stopgap. He's not gonna win us everything, but for now he's gonna get us to the he's gonna get us to the end of the Markstrom industry, which we're gonna look out by the 2-week break. And Anthony LaPenna, woo! Tori says hi to you, Sam, and she's listening. And his score prediction is 5-2.
See, I love Tori. You know why I love Tori? Because I have an ally. So when I go to Vegas one day and I'm screaming Jake the Snake, those brownies, those Girl Scouts, I got Tori on my side to defend me. Yes, I got my little militia going on with Tori. Thank you, Anthony LaPenna, for the super chat. So
thank you.
So, I think Jake Allen, in my opinion, Shorts Guy. Yeah. Jake Allen, barring any injuries, he's playing every game.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. I mean, we've all part of the reason too, and I feel like I've
and it's only because of the 2-week break. It's only because of that.
Part of the thing, too, is when you're getting as few games as Jake Allen was getting, it's tough to get into a flow and a rhythm. I think the best thing that we saw out of Jake Allen was unfortunately the same game that Markstrom went down injured. Jake Allen came in and played lights out in that game. That's the type of game that Jake Allen is capable of.
Yeah.
And he's able to be thrown in that situation. And listen, if we only see Jake Allen for the next couple games, I'm cool with that. If we see Dawes, I'm not going to be shocked. I'm just saying it wouldn't shock me to see Dawes in one of those games, especially, you know what, especially if maybe the Markstrom injury takes a little bit longer. Maybe that's when we see Dawes kind of step in a little bit to play a game or two, because you're going to want him to have that experience. But again, this is speculation. I'm not going to say. I don't know. I don't have any inside info. We don't have any press credentials. We don't get to watch practice. Wish we did, but that's a whole other story. It's
also by design, so we can say whatever.
I know.
We want.
I know. I know.
Don't make it look like we're being barred. No, it's our choice not to, so we can talk whatever we want. If we had press credentials, we'd be like, "Oh, Jake Allen's doing a great job." The Taylor Ham. Don't believe Sam Wu. That he didn't get food poisoning from that. That's seriously it's all good. Now,
Survey points something out in the group chat that Nico is going to miss today and the Pens game on Tuesday, which I believe is the Pens game. So that's another injury that I know we really haven't spoken much about is Nico's injury. That's stemming back to that Montreal Canadiens game. You can definitely tell that Nico is the heart of this team. Without him, there's the Devils miss a little bit. But having, kind of knowing him as what we've seen from him as our captain, my guess is he's still in the locker room, during these times and stuff like that.
But how about the physicality, answering the bell, the New Jersey Devils, against the Flyers, playing them, back-to-back home games. One in Philly and one in New Jersey. And, what happened with Bastian and, again, it's like they're answering the bell. Now, but there was a little lull there, about a few weeks ago where they weren't like reactive, but now they're back. They're really, because I felt like, during their losing streak, they looked a little lethargic, not much pep to their step, but again, you got to keep up with the physicality and the shenanigans and standing your ground against either the defense or in the zone, whatnot. You got to win those battles. Each battle counts, and you win enough of them, you're going to win the game. And it's those little things we look at that it makes a big difference.
Agreed, and that kind of makes me believe that there was some kind of an illness kind of going through this team. It's going through every team. It's going through schools and workplaces right now. So it's that time of year. It's illness time. So the Devils definitely started to rise against that bell. Rise to the bell and answer the bell. They were lethargic. They were absolutely lethargic. I know Max has been commenting to you and I offline. The Devils have not looked good in a bunch of the most recent games. So they look like maybe they're back and healthy, and it's going to be good. And I think this break, whereas the break for Christmas came at a terrible time for us because we were doing so hot and we came out of it so cold, I believe this Four Nations break is going to be a good thing for us because it's going to get us hopefully healthy, rested. I'm assuming Eric Hall is out of the Swedish team. We know Jacob Markstrom's out of the Swedish team. Jack is going to go be playing for the U.S., and I can't remember if there was a fourth player that's going to any of the teams, but this break will be good, and my hope is that the Devils can take what they learned coming out of that Christmas break, although it was 3 days only, and they can change whatever it is they did wrong coming out of that break and do it much better and much more successfully coming out of this Four Nations break, healthy, and just ready to take the last month and almost roughly 2 months of the season by storm.
Yeah. Tom's saying the 5-5-3 in January. Everybody acts like it was a complete crap. Calm down. Look, I don't look at it as 5-5-3. I look at it as a 5-8, and I also looked at the play, how they were playing. Jacob Markstrom was probably the biggest reason why they got 4 out of 5 wins or 3 out of 5 wins, because he played amazing, and some of those games he should have won. And it could have been a lot worse if you had an average goaltender. I bet you they would have been, let's say, 2-8-3 if it wasn't for Jacob Markstrom.
Yeah, and I think combine that with some of the teams behind us started to win at the same time. I think that's why everyone is feeling so dire about what's going on. Like we noted earlier, the Blue Jackets have come out of nowhere.
Yep.
You've got the Capitals couldn't lose.
Yep.
They're starting to lose here and there now. The Hurricanes, which we talked about already, have made a big trade, and they're really pushing to continue ahead of us. So I think that's where, I'm going to, in the spirit of blaming someone who's not here to defend themselves, I blame Vinny Parisi.
Yeah, blame Vinny. I'm all about
Vinny
it.
Parisi, right around Christmas, Vinny Parisi said we got a 10-point cushion, blah blah blah. It reminds me of the Simpsons episode with the Plant softball team, where they're kind of joking, Mr. Burns and Smithers, about having 9 individual accidents to bring the entire team down. Well, here he is. Vinny was talking about this big cushion of points that we had.
Yeah.
It's been halved.
Yeah.
It's in half.
Yeah.
So in the spirit of blaming Vinny, because he's not here to defend himself, I blame Vinny.
Yeah. Yeah. Just blame Vinny. A lot of people, if they're tuning in right now, anytime we do that bit where he's like, whatever he says, they think it's a Formula One podcast, But anyway.
Should we take some score predictions, Sam?
Yeah, we should take some score predictions. Now, type your little thing.
Woo! Mark Schwab.
Oh, Mark Schwab. We were just talking about you. Yeah, we were just talking about you.
Thank you, Mark.
Yes.
We are not at American Whiskey, Mark, because the Sabres are the home team today.
Yes.
And so we are doing this from our studios throughout the state of New Jersey. Mark Schwab, thank you so very much for the super chat.
He's going to watch the match. It's 6:30 p.m. Switzerland time. And Sabres are on the back-to-back. You think we have an advantage? Cheers. I think so. Devils traveled, upstate New York. They're going to go in, dominate, and then go back out. Type in your thing, because are we doing a contest? Shorts?
No contest today.
No contest today? All right, no contest today. But yeah, please put down your score predictions. If you've already done it before Shorts Guy typed it in, do it again. Do it again.
Yeah, let's kind of get this all organized. I saw score predictions coming in, kind of hodgepodge there in the chat. So I just threw a comment there, put the score predictions below. So if you threw it in, like Sam said, throw it in again. This way we have them all in one place. This way we're not missing any. And because we want to read your score predictions out loud. And we want to see who's coming close. We're going to give ours. So again, I know some of you put them in already, but please put your score predictions in the chat below. Same thing in the Facebook chat. I know there's only 2 viewers, but if you want to put your score predictions there too, we'll read them out loud. We are an all-inclusive podcast here, Sam.
Yes, and speaking of all-inclusive and all that, I want to get to surveys comments.
Okay.
This is called the filler stall tactic, brought to you by Town Toyota. Yes, Town Toyota. Go to Route 46 in beautiful Ledgewood, New Jersey, and buy a Toyota from David Decker. Yes, that David Decker, that red guy. Go to Town Toyota and buy your Toyota today, just like the Let's Go Devils podcast. Okay, I'm going to save it for a Woo Report. I will save it for a Woo Report. I don't want to get into geopolitical discussions. I don't want to get into anything, but I'll tease it, what I'm going to be talking about. Number one, and these are my opinions. They're not Shorts Guy's opinions. It does not represent the Let's Go Devils podcast. It doesn't represent you or Devils fans or whatever. But I am not a big fan of booing at national anthems. That's just me. Whatever. But the NHL potentially right now may have a public relations mess because you got the Four Nations tournament in Montreal and Boston, I believe. Montreal and Boston.
Montreal and Boston.
And you've got United States and Canada being in this tournament. And you've got 2 weeks of this. I will save it for the Woo Report, but I am not happy about it, about booing, because I'm a true believer that, look, this is just me, and I'll save it for the podcast, but it's just me. To me, I think that's just a lazy way to make changes if you're not happy. That's just me, and if you really want to make a difference in your beliefs and all that kind of stuff, there's a proper way of doing it. And I just don't like that at all because, it's like what I told a tourist one time when he was asking me questions about whatever. It's like, what, you think I have a phone line to the president to change his mind? Like, no, it's not going to happen, So, but yeah, and I agree with you, Corbin. Politics has no place in sports. We go to sports to come together as people and have fun watching the game. There's a time and place for that. But if you don't believe in Shorts Guy, whatever, that's just my opinion. But I just wanted to get that out there.
That's fair.
And if you don't agree with me, guys, then that's fine. I'm not gonna stab you in the back or whatever. But just to me, I just don't like negativity at all. That's just me.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, they're just to say 2 comments on that before we move on, because there's something I've got to read from AJ Visco. One, depending on where you are and around the world, politics and sports do collide quite heavily. Mm-hmm. So there are places where that happens. A lot of it is in European soccer, European football, whatever you want to call it. And again, all hate mail can be directed to @PrimetimeSamWoo or at sam@primetimeradio.com for your hate mail. Please send all your hate mail to @PrimetimeSamWoo or tweet all of your hate mail to @PrimetimeSamWoo. AJ Visco points something out, Sam.
Yes.
That's why Super Chats happen when Vinny isn't on, because he's the jinx. Some of our most highly lucrative Super Chats have come without Vinny.
Yeah.
Most notably, back in, I think it was November, I was down at the Studio South when we had a big night. My mom was watching from the other room because I was down with my parents, and also hearing me react in the back of the place. So, all right, let's start reading some score predictions. Hopefully everybody put their predictions underneath my comment. I know there's a couple ahead of it. Maybe I'll read them. This is like me being at work, Sam. Please listen to directions. Yep. Survey says 5-2 Devils. Stephen Engel says 4-2 Devils. Mark Schwab with the Super Chat all the way from Switzerland says 4-1 Devils. Brooke Amanda says 3-2 Devils. If I can't read. Dubs is like says they're going to come out flat and win 2-1 in overtime. A lot closer than it needs to be. That's probably not too far off from the truth, Sam. Anthony LaPena says that Tori says 5-2 Devils. Anthony LaPena, I don't know if you put your prediction in there, but that would be great if you could. AJ Visco says 6-2 Devils, going with a big score. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Select the Boy says 4-2 Devils. Seeing if there's any more. I know that there were 2 ahead of them, and I guess because I've read through all the ones that are here, I guess I'll read them. Anthony LaPena says 6-2. Tom says 5-2. I don't know if there were any others that were put way back in the chat. People are so excited to put their score predictions. Wimpy says 6-3 Devils. Going forward, when we do have our contests, you have to wait until I put that. You're gonna have to wait until I put that comment out to put your score predictions below in order for it to count. A Bads says 6-4 Devils. Corbin says 4-0 Devils.
I've never seen A-Bads before. Why don't you subscribe to our YouTube channel?
Yeah, welcome, A-Bads. Haven't seen you in the chat before, so welcome if you're new. And again, if you're new, subscribe to the channel. Set your alerts because we go live before and after every Devils game. Sam goes live when he feels like it with the Woo Report. Sometimes it's good news. Sometimes he just wants to complain about things. We got Pete Maggio, former teammate of mine, in the Facebook chat, says 3-2 Devils. Devils come out energized and win 3-0. Wow, back-to-back shutouts for Jake Allen. Wouldn't that be fantastic, Sam?
Yeah. Well,
that
Dubs
would
is like
be
he's you see Dubs is like score. He's being a copycat right now. 11-1
Sam
Devils.
scored 11-1. I mean,
Yeah.
it's possible with the Sabres. It's possible.
Yeah.
Steve
Engel
wants,
he
wants to know when that Woo Report's coming. So, Sam, if Steven Engel would only set his alerts for the YouTube channel, he'll know exactly when it's going to happen.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, are we going to really have a quadruple header Sunday? Maybe I'll save it tomorrow because, that kind of subject requires actual thought. Normally when I do a Woo Report, I shoot from the hip and just make up crap. But that's stuff you can't make up. That stuff you can't make up. I mean, it's an issue that has so many different layers to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my thinking and my thoughts are going to be on the Woo Report. See, I just teased you there.
There you go. And maybe, Sam, I'll join you because I got some perspective from the other side.
From a history teacher, yes. And it's all open for discussion. It's not about killing each other. It's all open for discussion. And I think that's a good thing. And I invite that guy.
And I think Wimpy just kind of summed it up in the chat. Boo Gary Bettman, not the anthems. But I'm going to tease something about Gary Bettman for tonight's big show.
What's that?
The cap's going up pretty good over the next 3 seasons. So I think that's something we need to talk about tonight on the big show is the increase in the cap numbers over the next 3 seasons.
Yeah. And Nico Heischer is going into free agency at the best time.
I know. But, I mean, that also brings up the thought of delayed compensation contracts over the next season or 2. I'm curious if we're going to see more of them, but we can talk about that on the big show. That's called teasing, right, Sam?
Yeah, that's called teasing. Yeah, you know what? Right. You and I will figure out the Woo Report on Monday. We will. Yeah, we'll figure that out. It's probably going to be Monday night. It's got to be Monday night. I mean, there's no way I'm going to do a Woo Report.
It's got to be. And we'll figure it out.
Who knows?
Doubleheader too.
Who knows? Maybe that situation will be settled by Monday. You never know. But I don't think so.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
all right, our predictions, Sam. Predictions.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we get off tangent.
You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You go first. I always go last.
Yeah, that's true because we always know that yours is outlandishly out there. So the Devils taking on Sabres today. The Devils are going for win number 30, which the Devils need these 2 points, and we need the Dallas Stars to win today. I think the Devils can win today. I think the Devils need to come out hard. I think the Devils need to defeat the Sabres. And I know it was mentioned that the Sabres are coming on the second half of a back-to-back. And I would like to finally see the Devils take advantage of a team that is on the second half of a back-to-back. And no, they're not on the second half. I guess this may be the first half of their back-to-back maybe. I know someone mentioned in the chat, and it's not. They're not on a back-to-back. So throw that one out the window. I just think the Devils should and can beat the Buffalo Sabres, and I think the final score is going to be 3-1 New Jersey Devils today.
3-1.
Yep.
I think the Devils, coming off a 5-0 victory, they've had Thursday, Friday, Saturday to rest. They're all amped up. Would they be rusty in the first period? Buffalo Sabres. I think it's going to be a close one. I'm going to say 4-3 Devils.
Okay.
Just because the Devils had a little bit of a layoff, they may, if they're not sharp, and the Sabres are, that could cost them. So, that's what I think.
Well, Sam, we'll find out who is correct. We should do a contest coming up soon. Maybe we'll do
should.
a contest sometime next week I know, we got some games coming up, maybe for the Montreal game, because it's another day game. Something we can all kind of hang out and watch together.
Yep.
Maybe another WooCast.
Yep.
You never know. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
All righty. Well, there's the
Time to
music.
go.
I found it.
Yep.
Yes. All right. So we got Devils After Dark after the game. Scotty is Sirius XM, Liquid Metal, and I will recap the game that was. Then we got the big show at 9 p.m. Eastern, the Let's Go Devils podcast, Sunday edition. Yes, we will be there. And also on Monday, the highly rated Woo Report will be back. Shorts Guy and I, sometime Monday night. Set the alerts. We'll figure this out. Till next time, Let's go Devils.